Welcome back to Podcast Principles. Today on episode 5, we're going to be talking about how to humanize your brand, the fastest way to build a bond with your audience. Today, we're talking about humanizing your brand and the benefits it brings to your content and your followers. We'll explore how features of podcasting can help you build meaningful relationships with listeners while rapidly gaining trust. If you don't already know, podcasting's greatest strength is its ability to connect you, the host, with your audience. It's not just about the content, it's about the process of your listeners getting to know you. Sure, you have blogs, tweets, text posts, but nothing supercharges your content like a podcast. A 2020 study reported that 9 out of 10 consumers actually want to see more digital media from brands and businesses they support. Podcasting is poised for growth yet again this year, next year, and beyond. People want to go deeper than what is offered on the surface. They crave authenticity and, above all, a friend and a resource that they can trust. Gone are the days of the generic mission statement and the vanillaism that exists in most corporate media today. Podcasting creates an opportunity and an environment that makes your brand more accessible. We call this humanizing your brand, becoming more than text on a screen, becoming more than a money-making objective. Now, we're selling you.
Whoa, that was close.
Let's dive into how this works. You've heard it a million times. You got to engage with your prospects, with your customers, with your audience. But you don't have that much time, and maybe you don't even want to do it. Podcasting is a way to have one big relationship that you maintain instead of having a million little tiny ones. Your content is the interaction. Think about it. You can learn more about somebody just by listening to a couple episodes of their podcast. It puts interaction on autopilot. Instead of spending time on a call, people can actually get to know you just by listening to your show. It's a gigantic sifter. The content sorts people by itself. It segments the audience by itself. As your audience forms, your podcast begins the process of building parasocial relationships. These are relationships where people can feel close to you, where people can begin to trust you on your own time and without you even being aware of it.
I trust you.
Whether you're entertaining them, informing them, or educating them, these strong relationships begin to form because of the intimacy the format delivers. Oftentimes, you're in the host's home while they are in your ear with you at the gym, at the office, or wherever you might be. You get to see how the host is. You're seeing their eyes. You're hearing their inflection. You're feeling their passion. People that are sold on the you experience are people you can use to build an audience of die-hard fans that you can sell to, monetize, or collaborate with. It's gonna take time to build something like this. This stuff takes work. The last thing I wanna hit you with is this. The average podcast episode lasts about 38 minutes. We've mentioned trust a lot in this episode, and I think the long-form nature of this content lends itself to a certain type of authenticity. Basically, there's nowhere to hide, and you have to deliver. This medium weeds it all out. The weekenders, the bullshitters, the insights that aren't that deep, the transparent money grabs. As cliche as it sounds, you're not gonna last if you aren't real, if you don't know what the hell you're talking about. Consider this our big takeaway. The podcast is the vehicle. The audio and video are the delivery, and the trust and connection are the results. So, what does this mean for you as a creator? First of all, you have to get in front of a camera to humanize your brand. And we have a few suggestions on how to do this at any level. So, the first way is the most simple. Convert a piece of content you've already made into video. Could be a text post that you wrote on LinkedIn that you now record in video form. The goal here is just to get in front of the camera. If you're feeling a little bit more confident, you can actually be a guest on a podcast. With this, you get all the benefits of podcasting with none of the downsides. We actually have an entire episode on this that I'm going to link in the show notes below. And finally, you probably guessed it, you can start your own podcast. You can create a content machine that delivers value, delivers consistent content, builds that trust and that audience for you all at the same time. And let's get real, it's never been easier to create content, especially video content. With platforms that have insane organic reach like LinkedIn and TikTok and YouTube, the world is really yours when it comes to video content. At the very least, you have to give video content a chance. You have to get in front of the camera and watch it work for you. The time is now, so take advantage of it. Thank you so much for tuning in to episode 5 of Podcast Principles. We really appreciate you watching and listening. You can find free resources in the links below. Make sure to connect with me on LinkedIn as well, Ryan R. Sullivan. And once again, this has been episode 5 of Podcast Principles. If you're watching on YouTube, make sure to subscribe. If you're on Spotify, make sure to follow. And if you're on Apple Podcasts, please leave us an honest review. All right, we'll see you on the next one.